Okay, do we have sound? Yes, we do. Okay, we have a showman in the house tonight. Okay, I would like to start the meeting. Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10-4-10, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertising such notice in the Home News Tribune, the Asbury Park Press, the Board Office, the schools, and on Cablevision Channel 118 in Verizon Files 24. and by filing such notice with the township clerk. This meeting was scheduled for Tuesday, August 20th. The board will take formal action on payment of bills and other agenda items. Thank you. Mr. Wydell?
1 second. All right, here we go. The Old Bridge Township Board of Education acknowledges that the law of this state establishes that members of the public, including members of the board, have the right to record public board meetings using audio or video recording devices, provided that the act of recording does not interfere with the business of this public board meeting. Therefore, the board makes it known that any such recording is to be considered the private recording of the individual and in no manner represents the official record of this board. The board therefore takes no responsibility for such private recording and completely disavows any future use.
Thank you, Mr. Wydell. Roll call, please.
Dan Tuno.
Here.
Giordano.
Here.
Jodry.
Here.
Francisco.
Here.
Lent.
Present.
Marquetta. Mazzone.
Here.
Slade.
Here.
Solikowski.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Would everybody please stand for the pledge? Thank you. The Code of Ethics, can I get a volunteer to read this for next week? If not, I have to do it myself. Oh, you'll do it? Okay, thank you. Okay, approval of minutes. Okay, report of student, he'll be next week. Okay, recognition.
Do we have a student rep next week?
I,
There's no student rep yet because school hasn't started. There's no. Is it?
He is listed there.
I think they voted last year.
Lanzafama, Mr. Lanzafama is the student rep, but he's just not here yet. No. Yes. Yes. Unless he's on summer vacation.
I apologize.
Recognition, I have several teachers that retire, and we'll go over that next week. Superintendent's report, do we have one for next week, or do you have anything tonight?
We will have one for next week, kind of a recap of the summer review that was provided to the board, some of our updates we've done over the summers, some of the updates to buildings, facilities, some of our trainings and events that are going on, but obviously everyone knows our staff reports back on September 3rd and 4th for in-service, and our students will be in our schools on the 5th and 6th for early dismissal days those first 2 days.
Thank you, Mr. Cittadino. Progress toward goals, correspondence, special committee reports.
I do have one correspondence, actually.
Go ahead.
We received a letter in the mail regarding Southwood Elementary to the Old Bridge Township Board of Education. It's in regard to parking on Emerson Lane. The correspondence read as such. To whom it may concern, as homeowners of Emerson Lane, we are asking that the school and the Board of Education address this issue. As you are aware, Emerson Lane is across from Southwood Elementary School and is a cul-de-sac. Last school year was the worst we have ever seen for staff of school parking on Emerson Lane. Due to the additional vehicles on the street, as homeowners, we are unable to park our vehicles in front of our homes. The other problem is the garbage pickup. Again, because of the additional vehicles parked there, the garbage does not always get picked up. Since we pay for garbage pickup in Old Bridge, we are not getting the service that we are paying for. We are kindly asking that you inform staff, i.e. lunch staff and other additional staff, to please refrain from parking on Emerson Lane. We thank you for assistance regarding this matter. This correspondence was just received today, so we'll be talking with staff there, administration, and as well as just our district facilities department, just to make sure we can get everything, whether we look at additional parking there or just informing staff to please avoid the area. So we'll be looking into this at this time, and we'll get this matter addressed and update the board accordingly.
Thank you, Mr. Wendell. Hearing of residents on...
Can I go back a second?
Go ahead.
On committee reports, can I request that each of the committees try and have some dates for the public for next week, so that we can give the public ample time to plan their calendars? Right. And if possible, as many as we can plan out going forward for the year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt, I have a negotiations update.
Okay.
So the negotiations team is continuing to meet with the OBEA to negotiate a contract for a successor contract to the 1924 contract, which expired on June 30th. Over the summer, we did meet on June 27th, August 12th, and tonight. And actually, we're going back to meet with them again at the conclusion of this meeting tonight. We are making major progress. We believe we are close to having a deal, and we will update the public and the rest of the board as soon as possible on any good or other news that we have. But we're hopeful to get something done quickly.
Thank you. Hearing of residents, agenda items only. I see we have nobody, okay. Policy, we have nothing under policy. Curriculum, professional development, we have something on the agenda over here. Okay. We have an action item number 1.
Giordano motion.
Jody will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Marqueta, Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
D'Antuno,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Lent,
Yes.
Solikowski.
Yes,
Resolution 1 for curriculum and professional development passes.
thank you. Finance, we also have 1 through 4, I believe.
Was there any other questions on the curriculum and professional development?
Just for clarification, when I was looking back, the adjustments in hours was really where it was, there might have been 2 curriculum writers and it switched to 1 and things like that. There was no additional, okay, thank you.
Correct.
Any questions on the curriculum? Okay, finance, 1 through 4, this is an action item. Can I get a motion to move?
Hold on, did we just go through the entire curriculum section? Curriculum and professional development. Okay, so, hold on. I just wanted to, a discussion, can I go there? Okay. I just wanted to clarify a few things so that the public knows that, you know, what goes on behind the scenes. So we get the agendas, and I'll speak just for me. I know that I pick them apart. I go through one item at a time. And I know administration can attest to the fact that there's some of us who will email and we ask a ton of questions, so that when you hear us up here voting yes or no, there's definitely a lot of discussion going on and questions being asked so that we know what we're voting on. I did ask some very specific questions about some of these curriculum items. For example, the EasyCBM, I wanted to know a little bit more about which teachers utilize this program. Obviously, you see it's a great cost, and what the feedback was from the staff that use it. And I do have to say that if I don't know something and I ask, I get immediate responses from administration. And Dr. Tui, Dr. Calandria, they got back to me and gave some more specific information and where we're moving forward with EasyCBM in the future. I also asked a couple of questions about some of the professional development, because if you look on the agenda, and I've said this in the past, it's a little vague. So I got some breakdowns on what some of those particular professional development days are covering and what topics they're covering. And then most importantly, when we get the agendas, we also get some separate attachments and schedules of further information. And when I didn't see the curriculum guides on there, a lot of these curriculums you'll see were revised over the summer. And we have to vote on them next week, but they weren't included. So I know for me, I don't want to vote blindly on something that I can't review. So I asked administration, and by the end of the day, I have access so that I can see. So I don't know how it's been done in the past, but I know that for me, I can't vote on things that I don't know about or that I can't read through. So I wanted everybody just to know that these questions are being asked, and I intend on spending, the next week going through some of it before we vote next week. Just wanted to make some clarifications on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to finance, 1 through 4. Can I get a motion to move finance 1 through 4?
Mazzone motion.
Can I get a second?
Francisco will second.
Any discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
On number 3,
Move the board to acknowledge and approve a purchase orders in the amounts exceeding the bid threshold of 44,000. What exactly are the approved purchase orders that exceeded that amount?
There should be a list in the attachments.
Attachment B5 on the attachment.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
I also have a question. On number 4, it was about a shared services agreement with the township. We had spoken last school year about having a shared service committee because some of the topics were touched upon during some of the other committee meetings, and we said no, that it was going to be a shared service committee. Has anything happened with that shared service committee forming, questions, talks, anything?
I spoke to the president of the town council, and we haven't gotten anywhere with this one, but I'm going to call her again. It's for this year. Hopefully we can do something. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Lent,
Yes.
Marqueta, Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
D'Antuno,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Solikowski.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 4 for finance passes.
Any questions on finance, please?
Yes, numbers 15 and 16, I would just like more information on that, similar to the custodial information from...
So 15 was essentially just directly from our 24-25 budget. These are just the resolutions to solidify and basically put them in writing. So the capital reserve were the amounts for those projects which were on the statement that we had to give back in April. That was the retaining wall for the high school, the upgrade of the elementary school playgrounds, and the repaving in some areas. I can provide some backup information. But those two items, 15 and 16, are just a repeat of what was actually adopted in our 24-25 budget. The maintenance reserve, the $4 million, was listed as revenue in our 24-25 budget to go back to our regular required maintenance in the facilities line, and that is how we do a lot of just our routine maintenance projects.
All right, thank you.
Did he answer both of your questions or just one?
No, it was for both of them. Just saying.
Okay.
Yep, it's all good, thank you.
Thank you. Athletics. I need a motion to move athletics. No?
No
That's
action
right,
for
next
athletics.
week. Any discussion on athletics? No? Non-certified personnel office, we have one action item over here.
D'Antuno will move.
Can I get a second?
Ms. Owen will second.
Any questions? Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jodry,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Lent,
Yes.
Marqueta, Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
D'Antuno,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Solikowski.
Yes,
Resolution 1 and 2 for non-certificated personnel office passes.
thank you. Non-certified personnel operational.
Excuse me, it's just one.
What?
It was written incorrectly on here. Just resolution 1.
Okay. Non-certified personnel operational. No action, okay. Non-certified personnel other. We have one action item. Can I get somebody to move number 1, please?
Francisco will move.
Can I
D'Antuno
get-
will second.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
D'Antuno,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Lent,
Yes.
Marqueta is absent, Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Solikowski.
Yes.
Resolution 1 for non-certificated personnel other passes.
Any questions on the rest of it? Okay, thank you. Certified personnel. Okay, I'm gonna ask Jen, I want you to move or pick up certified personnel, 1 through,
We're going to separate number 3 for discussion?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, certified personnel.
We do have to amend 2 dates on certified personnel. I'll defer to Dr. Hoker here.
On motion number 2, letter G, the date should now read 8/31 instead of 9/27. And then on motion number 3, letter D, the date should read 9/2/28 instead of 9/25.
Thank you. Okay, I need a motion to move 1 through 5.
Ms. Owen, motion?
Can I get a second?
Dantino will second.
Okay.
Did we separate 3? Is that what we
Yes.
did for discussion?
Yes. Okay, discussion. Jen?
So, item 3 is our new hire, so if you're here, we ask you to stand, and we will take the obligatory picture for social media. So we would like to welcome, and I apologize in advance if I butcher names, Ms. Carloni, Ms. Chowdhury, Ms. Chadi, Ms. Corniano, I'm sorry, Mr. Hatch, Mr. Lane, Ms. Mariali, Ms. Pomeli, Ms. Vigilante, Ms. Asamino, Ms. Trotta, Ms. Henderson, Ms. Hung, Ms. Greenbaum, Ms. Grauer, Ms. Panero, and Ms. Kutcher. Welcome to Old Bridge, and if we could have you guys come up for a
Congratulations,
picture.
yes. Would all of you please come up here? Stand on the stage, please. We need a picture. Get in real close, that's it. Jen. Congratulations. I wish you a great year and a very productive year for all you and the students, okay? I know. Okay. I need a roll call, please. No, I didn't. No. We only separated and voted on it.
Good?
Yes.
All right. Slade,
Yes.
Dantuno,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Lent.
Yes.
Marqueta is absent. Mazone,
Yes.
Solakowski.
Yes,
Resolutions 1 through 5 for certificated personnel passes.
thank you. Okay, do I have any questions on 6 through 42? Any questions?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, 25, it says their stipend is $64 per hour for those positions. That's a typo, right? Number 25?
25 or 24? Oh, you know what?
25.
25.
Okay.
25 is a negotiated hourly rate that the Board of Education has negotiated with the Administrators Association.
That just seems like a large number for some
It's usually rated
position such
upon,
as that. Okay.
you know, their salary and prorated to a certain amount. That's why it's larger than the OVA hourly rate, which is $49 an hour.
All right.
And I believe the total numbers that were accounted for last year was 15 over the course of the entire year.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Non-certified personnel transportation. Can I get a
Mr. Giordano, I just want to make clear, so So you're clear, because I wasn't sure if you were clear on that. So we don't determine that rate. You as a board determine that rate in negotiations with the Principals Association.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you. Non-certified personnel transportation, there's no motion on this. Transportation 1 through 5. Any discussion? No? Supplies, equipment, and services. We have, I believe, one action item.
Giordano motion.
Can I get a second, please?
Ms. Owen will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lent,
Yes.
Marqueta, Mazzone,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Santuno,
Yes.
Giordano,
Yes.
Jodry,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Solakowski.
Yes.
Resolution 1 for supplies, equipment, and services passes.
Thank you. Miscellaneous, we have 1 through 7. Any discussion?
There still are some items on supplies, equipment, and services, if they want questions.
Okay. Any discussion on 2 through 7 on supplies, equipment, and services? No? Okay, miscellaneous, 1 through 7. Any discussion? No. Hearing of residents on any school district issue. Anything to do with the school district. And if you would like to get up, anybody, you go to, okay. No, you go to the podium there. Press the button.
My name is Irini Ernest,
Okay.
and I'm here as a parent for the new students going to the middle school. And he's exciting to join all the sports and the clubs and whatever after school help. But we figure that we can't do that because all the member of the house is working in the same time we're supposed to pick them. And I have been in Old Bridge for 14 years. I pick Old Bridge for the, my 2 kids graduated in the college, and they use all the service in Old Bridge. And he's exciting because he used to play sports in elementary, but now he can't. After I apply, he can be. So at least we need transportation after the school for the middle schools. If any way we can deal with that. And we saw some district, they added like a little charge for monthly payment for the people who do sports, but we can't lose that service. We live in Old Bridge to use all the service and the reputation for the sport in Old Bridge, for the scholarship, for everyone. It's really hard for us to lose that service. The high schoolers, they can get Uber, they can wait in the school in a little, but the middle school, at least, middle school, both Sauk and Sandburg, they will lose all the sports. And if they didn't start like a middle school, they never be in high school. So I'm as a parent, begging you guys, we need to keep those kids busy. Long to stay home, it's not good for them. But more to do activity and sports, it's better for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi everyone, this is Kiran Venkatesan. I've been following the Bridge to 2028 vision of the initiative. At some point, I would like to hear what we have done in the last couple of years, 23 and 24, with the strategic vision to be 2028, with a strategic plan. Maybe if not in this session, maybe in the following session, I would like to hear about, just for the public, what have we progressed in the last couple of years towards that strategic plan? Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anyone else? Any old business? Yeah. Any old business?
Did you close public portion?
I did, but if somebody wants to talk.
No, I usually answer the questions after it's closed.
Okay.
Or address
Go ahead.
them as best I can.
Go ahead. Yours.
As far as the after-school transportation, I know the administration, the board, has faced some hard, difficult decisions when we're looking at the state aid that was lost. And even in directing 9.9% raise in the local tax levy, we were still under the adequacy level to really provide all of the services that we've provided in the past. And I know that as a parent who lives in another community, we're very fortunate in Old Bridge that we've had this level of transportation for our students for after-school programming. I know in my community where they actually do pay a fee for athletics and they pay a fee for clubs and to participate, there's still no transportation for after-school activities or events. So that was a very difficult decision that this board had faced. We provided them with the information on what the savings are, and every dollar that the board members worked towards was first to have the programs in the classrooms that support the academic growth of our students. And by code, that type of transportation would still fall under courtesy busing, which is something that a district can provide but doesn't have to provide. And I know that's something I'm sure we'll continue to look at, but right now, as we looked at the budget and the hard things that we had to eliminate from the budget just to get where we're at because of the state taking away conditional state aid under S2 district, the after-school transportation was part of that. I know it's something that we'll continue to look at and evaluate as we go forward. And if more information comes out, we will reach out to our stakeholders, our parents, and let them know of any changes. But as of right now, it does not fit our fiscal picture for the 2024-25 school year. As far as the strategic plan, I know that Mr. Slade is looking to have a strategic planning session so we can update where we are at with the strategic plan, what events have taken place, what growth we have made towards that, and what continued growth we do want to have, looking at some of those initiatives as we look at the 28 school year. But some of those topics, such as the climate and culture, some of the other surveys, and even like we used to have a parent university, and now we have our family nights. Those were all part of that strategic plan because we recognize that a better educated stakeholder and family group better serves the needs of our students and our staff as well. So we're going to have that meeting soon. I know we talked about it earlier today about putting a date on this schedule so we can have a strategic planning session. So thank you.
Thank you. Any old business?
Yes, I have a few things.
Okay.
Since strategic plan was just brought up, I'll use that one first. That was kind of my question. I kept asking Mr. Weber when he was on the board. I've asked a couple times in the spring, so glad to hear a date's coming because I brought, as I throw my pen, my copy of the strategic plan because as a member that sits on the committees, I'd like to know what our committees are doing this year and what our focus is this year working, as a whole. Because I looked at the attendance. We had 54 the first session, 38 the second session, and 44 the third session. So we have residents and stakeholders, staff, and things like that. So excited to hear that date, or date to come. As far as to my fellow board members, reminder of our evaluations that are due. Most of us, with the exception of 3, have done the CSA evaluation, and less than most of us have done the board self-evaluation. So please log into your portal and fill out those evaluations because those are part of our QSAC scores and part of our responsibility as board members. Thank you.
I do have an updated copy of it if you want to see it.
I printed these out today.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But not everybody's on there, that's why.
I understand that.
You're good.
I will just a response to the strategic plan. I know that Mr. Slade did try to request a meeting, get it around May. If you remember, in May we were in the thick of the budget extension. So at that time we had just pushed it forth. The budget was the priority.
Are you saying you were a little busy in May?
We were a tad bit. June came. We had canceled all the committee meetings at that point, and we broke for summer. So we are looking to get something relatively quick. Whether it's September, October, and I have some stuff planned in getting some of the principals and different areas involved to hear their thoughts as well. So.
Thank you. Any new business?
I have something. I just wanted to say congratulations again to all the new staff, and also I know it's a couple weeks away already. I'm not trying to rush it, but welcome back to all the returning students and staff and administration.
Thank you.
I have new business.
Yes.
So speaking of the students, a great way to start the school year. On August 29th, the Old Bridge football team is going to have its first home game at Lombardi Field at 7 p.m. It is senior night, and it's purple out, so wear purple, show your support. There's no classes, no homework, so there's no excuse to go out and enjoy yourself, watch the game, get some food at the concession stand, and show your school spirit. So,
That's
thank
Thursday
you.
night, isn't it?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Okay,
Yeah, 29th at
29th.
7 p.m., yep.
okay.
Wear purple.
Yes,
Yes,
wear purple.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else with new business?
Yes, if
Yes.
no one else goes, all right. So, in preparation for today's meeting, I was catching up on the town council meetings because there seems to be a lot of back and forth. I'd love to do it face-to-face or via email, but I feel like those aren't going anywhere. So at the June town council meeting, the president had said that she reached out to you, Matt, as president, about setting up a joint meeting because we were told the BA had to invite the BA. So our BA talked to their BA, and when it went to the president, she reached out to you, did you know anything? And your answer via her was, no, you did not. I'm kind of surprised at that because we've been talking about this since March. And the back and forth, each meeting to hear the town council bash the Board of Ed, it just gets old. We're the two governing bodies of this town. We're supposed to work together. Board of Ed hat off as a resident. It's just disheartening to see our town so split, So I believe that invitation to come together to a table to just talk is still open. And the agenda is just Old Bridge. How can we work together to make Old Bridge together to better? And it's not necessarily just shared services, just showing a united front. So, whether it's, the Board of Ed having representation at like town events so that we're there, like Old Bridge Day or Night Out or whatever, or just something. Like, I feel like we should be working together, and multiple members of this board has talked about it. And for some reason, we're getting kickback from the town council. So I don't know why. And again, I was surprised, and Matt, if you could answer why you said you didn't know about the meeting when we've discussed it, either in open session or executive session since March, because David wouldn't have issued the invitation without board approval.
Well, what happened over there is when I called them up and asked them, well, let's have a meeting, she said, what's the meeting about? I said, I really don't know, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to direct this to the members of the Shared Service Committee, and we're going to pursue this, okay? We'll try to get a meeting together.
But but shared services is one topic. Like, we had talked about having the whole town council and the whole Board of Ed. Obviously, that would have to be advertised correctly. But just to talk about what our views of Old Bridge and what our goals for Old Bridge are. So I know we like committees this year at the Board of Ed, but I'd really like it to be the whole thing and not, because shared services has a topic. They have a goal, but the other one was just coming to the table outside of shared services.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Since the committees have been established, I'm going to reset this committee up, and I'm going to have you chair it, okay? Sure. And you will communicate with them directly. So you're going to chair it, okay? And Elena and Christina will be the members.
Well, I'd like to work as the three of us can work together, but however
I
you
understand.
decide, but I'd like to, it's another
Right.
ball I'd like to start getting rolling.
Okay, so Mr. Wydell, the Shared Service Committee, we're going to restructure that. Thank you. We'll move forward with this. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes. So I just want to expand a little bit on what I was saying before about curriculum, because I would like to mention something that I proposed today to Dr. Chewy. So I know I haven't been, up here long or doing this long, And maybe things have, kind of fallen into that category of, oh, this is how we've done it. This is how we've always done it. And that always kind of makes me a little nuts because, things change, people change, dynamic changes, and the board changes. So when I saw the agenda and I didn't see the curriculum attached, I think that in the past, and I mean, you can all correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like approving curriculum has just been a formality. And it's just kind of been stamped its way through, yes, 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 yes. And I mean, maybe it's the teacher in me that wants to actually see the curriculum, but I'm up here for a reason and I want to do my job and I want to do it well. So I know that it's tough with curriculum writing because teachers are doing it over the summer, which I used to do it, so I know it's no easy task. And I know that it makes the timeline really difficult because, okay, so if you're writing curriculum in, let's say, July, and it's coming to us for approval in August, and I've got like a week to kind of sift through like a whole lot of it, I don't know if there's a solution there. But what I do think is that the curriculum should come through the curriculum committee, where we have a curriculum committee, and I feel like it should come directly to the committee. It's open to the public, where we can sit down and we can go through the curriculum. Because for me to sit up here and say, yeah, sure, I don't feel like I'm doing my job. So I'm not okay with it. Again, I'm speaking for myself. So moving forward, hopefully in discussions with the board and with administration, we can make sure that the rewriting of curriculum and the writing of new curriculum comes directly through the curriculum committee. Just my proposal and suggestion.
Mr. Iantuno, you're a member of the committee.
Yes. I was just going to say, I had work today, so I was going to reach out like you did about the curriculum. But my question is it for you guys, for administration, it's rewriting of the curriculum, but it's not necessarily new curriculum because when we adopt new curriculum, that goes through the committee for approval and stuff first. So it's not like we're taking brand new material. It's just new offerings and advancement within that curriculum is what the curriculum writers are addressing.
So this year, the state of New Jersey issued new math and ELA standards
Okay.
that had to be integrated into our curriculum. So we took our resources that were utilized over the past couple of years, if they fit into the new standards.
So the
as
approved
outlined.
curriculum that we had.
The
Like-
the curriculum that we had.
The
was
company, like Journeys is coming to mind, but like, or Wonders or
yes.
whatever. But like, so the new standards within the approved curriculum that the board had approved, right? Like, so it's, that's what those curriculum writers are taking those two to marry them?
So they're taking the resources that we utilize. In this case, your example is Wonders K through 5.
Okay.
Actually K through 8 with StudySync. They're using that as the base of the resources that we use, and then the new standards provided by the state have to be integrated with our resources to
Okay.
ensure that the teachers are receiving a guideline or a unit plan for what they should be teaching over the course of the year.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. I would like to thank the public for their comments and their concerns. We will think about this, and we work something out, hopefully with the administration. And congratulations again to all the new hirees. I wish you a great year with your students, okay? Hey, how many of you this is your first job? Oh, boy. Okay.
And good luck to all the fall athletes that are in the process of tryouts.
Yeah. And we do have an executive session, and we will close up this meeting from the public. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Do we have a motion to go into exec?
Yes,
Francisco will motion.
Ms. Almond, second.
yes.
All in favor? Thank you.
Okay. I'm also the PTA president, so she'll come to